Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, Simple Moments with by that brighten my whole day and quote. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. Every morning begins the same way in my small, quiet home, yet it never feels repetitive. Before the sun fully rises, before the birds begin their soft chorus outside my window, I hear the gentle thump, thump, thump of a tail against the floor. That sound belongs to Bai, my small, warm, endlessly loyal dog who greets each new day as if it were a celebration. Bai does not bark loudly or demand attention. Instead, he approaches with careful steps, his dark eyes bright with anticipation. He sits beside my bed, waiting patiently until I open my eyes. The moment I do, his tail accelerates into a joyful rhythm, and his ears perk up as if he has just received the best news in the world. I stretch my hand down, and he leans into it with complete trust. His fur is soft and warm from sleep, and he smells faintly of the blanket he loves to curl into each night. I whisper, "Good morning, Bai," and he responds by placing one paw gently on my arm, his silent way of saying he has been waiting. We begin our morning routine together. While I brush my teeth, Bai sits nearby, watching with serious curiosity, as if my toothbrush performance is the most important event of the day. When I pour his breakfast into his bowl, he sits obediently, though his tail betrays his excitement. Only when I nod does he begin eating, carefully but enthusiastically. After breakfast, we step outside into the cool morning air. The grass is still wet with dew, and Bai prances through it with delicate steps, pausing to sniff invisible stories left behind by the night. A butterfly passes, and he freezes in awe rather than chasing it, as if he understands that beauty is meant to be admired, not captured. In those quiet morning moments, there is no rush, no stress, no pressure. Just a person and a dog sharing the beginning of a new day, simple, peaceful, and full of quiet joy. The middle of the day is often filled with responsibilities. I sit at my desk working, typing, thinking, planning. Life moves at a fast pace outside my door, but inside, time seems to soften. Bai has a special spot beside my chair. He does not demand attention. He simply stays close. Sometimes he rests his chin on my foot, as if to remind me that I am not alone. Other times he sighs deeply and rolls onto his back, inviting a belly rub whenever I pause. There are moments when I feel overwhelmed by tasks and expectations. During those times, Bai slowly stands, stretches, and walks toward me. He places his head on my knee and looks up with gentle eyes. He does not try to fix anything. He does not offer solutions. He simply stays, and somehow that is enough. At lunchtime, he becomes my quiet companion again. If I sit on the floor to eat, he sits beside me with perfect manners, watching every bite with hopeful patience. Occasionally, I share a small piece of safe food, and he accepts it with gratitude, chewing carefully as though savoring a gourmet meal. In the afternoon, sunlight spills across the floor in warm golden rectangles. Bai finds these patches of light and settles into them like a small, contented king. His chest rises and falls slowly as he naps, paws twitching as if he is running through dream fields only he can see. Sometimes, I pause my work just to watch him sleep. There is something deeply calming about observing a creature that exists fully in the present moment. Bai is never worried about tomorrow. He does not replay yesterday's mistakes. He lives in now, and watching him reminds me to do the same. When he wakes, he stretches dramatically, front paws extended forward, back arched like a tiny bow. Then he trots toward me, ready to resume his role as my silent supporter. No grand events occur during these hours. No dramatic adventures unfold. Yet these small, ordinary moments quietly weave themselves into the fabric of my happiness. As evening arrives, the air cools and the pace of life slows. The sky fades into soft shades of orange and violet, and the sounds of the day gradually soften into calm. This is Bai's favorite time. We walk together along the familiar path near my home. He does not pull the leash or rush ahead. Instead, he walks beside me, occasionally glancing up to make sure I am still there. When he finds an interesting scent, he pauses thoughtfully, investigating with great seriousness. Neighbors sometimes smile as they pass us. Children wave. Bai responds with a polite wag, Never overly excited, never shy. Simply friendly in his own gentle way. Back home, the evening routine continues. I prepare dinner while Bai rests nearby, his ears occasionally twitching at the sound of chopping vegetables. He does not beg loudly. Instead, he watches with hopeful dignity, trusting that kindness will come. After dinner, we settle into the quiet comfort of the living room. I sit with a book or my phone, and Bai curls beside me, leaning against my leg. His warmth spreads slowly, grounding me in the present moment. Sometimes, I talk to him about my day. I tell him about small frustrations, minor victories, and fleeting thoughts. He listens without interruption, without judgment. When I pause, he sighs softly and shifts closer, as if offering reassurance. On nights when rain taps gently against the roof, Bai becomes even more affectionate. He presses closer, seeking warmth and offering it in return. The rhythm of the rain blends with his slow breathing, creating a peaceful harmony that fills the room. Before bedtime, he circles his blanket 3 times before settling down. I turn off the lights, and in the quiet darkness, I hear his soft breathing. It is a comforting sound, steady, calm, reassuring. In a world filled with noise and urgency, these evenings with Bai feel like a sanctuary. Living with Bai has taught me that happiness rarely arrives in grand, dramatic events. Instead, it hides in the quiet corners of daily life. In a wagging tail at sunrise, a warm presence beside my chair, and the peaceful rhythm of shared evenings. Bai reminds me that love does not always need words. Presence, patience, and gentle companionship can speak louder than any sentence. In modern life, we often chase achievements, possessions, and endless productivity. Yet animals like Bai live differently. They embrace the present moment fully. They celebrate routine. They offer loyalty without conditions and comfort without expectations. From Bai, I have learned to slow down, to notice small joys, and to appreciate simple companionship. To apply this wisdom today, we can begin by creating moments of stillness in our routines, putting aside distractions to be present with those we love, whether human or animal. We can practice patience, offer kindness without expecting return, and find gratitude in everyday experiences. Caring for animals teaches empathy, responsibility, and emotional awareness, strengthening the bond between species and nurturing compassion within ourselves. In the end, the simplest moments often carry the deepest happiness, if we choose to truly see them.